today. Okay, so first question is, why is there fear? Many Christians become fearful with the idea of witnessing to Muslims. They simply are very intimidated, and some of that could be because they've seen the terrorist on television and the incredible anger and hatred in their eyes. They've seen some of the people in the Middle East when discussing the United States in general. Uh, or many Christians are simply fearful of their own lack of knowledge of Islam. I mean, they know that Muslims have a holy book called the Quran, and they know that they worship a God named Allah. But beyond that, there's really not too much in the way of detail. So what we're going to do tonight is to look at a little bit of the holy book of Islam and some of the teachings of Muhammad and explain why these things contribute to the difficulties in reaching the Muslims. All the challenges, the lack of information, the fear of confrontation, because I can tell you from personal experience that many times Muslims discuss things in a very strongly emotional way. It sounds like they're angry. I can tell you from personal experience. I was in a Muslim restaurant, Pakistani restaurant in Hong Kong, October of 2001. And I'm sorry, not October 2001. It was right after the U.S. had gone into Afghanistan. And the Muslims there were shouting at me, why are you trying to kill Muslims? Why is America trying to kill Muslims? And I was basically me defending America against a restaurant full of seemingly similar to the picture there, very upset people. They were just simply using their emotion to indicate that they were serious about the topic. It was not anger at me personally. They didn't hate me. It was a indication of how much the question meant to them. And when I discussed the fact that the U.S. did not attack the Muslim world, that we had simply tried to get the people in Afghanistan responsible for 9/11. And we discussed that for a few minutes. After about 3 or 4 minutes, everybody calmed down and there was some nods of an understanding. And that's all they wanted to know. They had been, in their community, they had heard that the U.S. is trying to kill all the Muslims. So I explained how the U.S. was dropping food packages in Afghanistan and how they weren't just indiscriminately killing Muslims. They were after specific targets and things like that. And at that point, it all calmed down. But there was a cultural. At first, I was quite caught off guard having 15 or 20 men shouting at me.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of intimidating. But I realized after I just stayed calm and gave them an answer that they understood, they nodded that they understood, and then they could have just a more calm conversation. So
Mm-hmm.
the fear is there, can be there, because there's cultural differences from Muslims and from anybody in different parts of the world.
Mm-hmm.
But these challenges are not insurmountable. When you get into that situation, as I did, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It's not me that has to worry in that situation because I'm not by myself. It's not me trying to represent Christianity to the rest of the world. Uh, it's it's me allowing the Spirit to speak through me, to use my knowledge of the Bible, my knowledge of God, and to stay calm and let the Holy Spirit calm me so that I might give those people a good answer. And it turned away the wrath, and they became friendly after that. So what are we doing? What are we doing right or rightly? What are we doing wrongly? Well, uh,
Mm-hmm.
me.